And here they come from down below beneath the seas and straight through our hearts. Ouch. Yeah, I probably played it a little closer than I had to, huh? Yep. We're just living and learning and dying over here. Quite rapidly, I'm afraid. Come on, guys, make it, make it. No, of course you won't. And we all saw that coming. It's turning into a massacre really quickly. Gotta pull back from the bloodbath here. But Narm will be okay. Look at her. Just, yeah. Only 8. That's okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, more. No. Take it back. That's ugly. Oh, I think a retreat is in order. Yeah, and here they come. I think leading will fare a little bit better though. Oh no, we're not stopping for nothing. Yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, only 7? Okay. Only 6? Man. Leading. Come on, why you holding back in front of the people? I know your tough stuff, you know your tough stuff, but they might not know it. So you gotta show them. And they can't reach Jessica yet, so that's a plus. Meanwhile, these guys are just kicking their feet around in the water. Not really doing too much of anything. Just reminding us that they're there and they're lonely and they'd like a little bit of company, so they're coming our way. So let's not mind them. We will mind him though. Oh, we're not fighting on the water. Congratulations, you took out 1 unit. Now you've just got the rest of us. Oh, what is that? Over 12 easily? Have fun. Well, minus them. Yeah, that's over 12 units. I'd say we have the advantage just slightly. What do you guys think? Alright, turn 7. What now? Oh, what a surprise. It's Lance. That was me doing the Macaulay Culkin Home Alone. Follow along at home if you like. Okay, we're gonna pull them back too. Just want to get away from that blue stuff for a little while. I love it, but it's not being too kind at the moment. Because it benefits them a little too much. You know, because they spend their whole lives in it, so they're kind of familiar with the territory. Us, not so much. So with that knowledge in store, we're going to head into the trees, where things will be a little less homey for them, a little less cozy. And then maybe we can actually deal some damage to them without sustaining heavy blows on our end. That's the plan, at least. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. So onwards we go, journeying unknown. And we're just forming a little wall of defense here. You're going to be seeing me do that quite a bit throughout the course of this, because it's so effective. And naturally want to put Narm in the trees, because you know by now, same with Chris, they need all the benefits they can get. Land with benefits, I recommend it. Guardmen are finally going to get to be able to help out, because they're not terrible against the sea monsters. I mean, they're not terribly strong, but they can actually deal with them on land at least. So let's look into that. So happy. I'm so close to 100% with my voice again. Not quite there, but I can talk with a little more enthusiasm for extended periods without just going into a hacking fit. So thank you for everybody who stuck with me through the last more than few episodes when it probably wasn't as much fun to listen to. Thank you very much. Your love for the game is strong and you're awesome, and no limits from here on out, right? But we would like to limit this Serpent Knight and his men's ability to breathe, so. But before that, let's do a little shuffling. get them back, because eventually we want Thorn to deal with Lance now that he's made his appearance. Because, you know, Archer's arrows, yeah. And now that Thorn is a lord, I'm not scared to send him out there on his own. I still don't want him to face Lance directly, but with his archers in front, he should be able to manage. And if I can get Taylor over there to back him up, eventually, ideally, Albert would get the kill on the Serpent Knight so he could level up to 10, unless taking out that Lizard Man will be enough to get him there. That would be fine too. But getting him promoted straight away is the next best thing we can do, and after that, it's all about Taylor, Mr. T, because he's due. And Lance, he's literally on the other side of the map, so not too concerned right now. It will take him quite a while to get to us, and he's probably not going to try to cross the water anyway. I think he's a little bit more intelligent than the rest of the Imperials. And look who hit level 10 finally. After so many battles, it's been a long, hard road, but we can make Chris a priestess. Because Warlock is Jessica's territory, been there, done that. Let's cover some new ground here, and besides, going to priestess gets Chris closer to unlocking some really fun classes. Now, if you went Warlock, you could eventually make her into that super secret class that I keep hinting at, but going that route with her takes so long to reach that point that, yeah, have fun. That's all I can say. Not even sure if it'll be worth it. Now, you know what would be fun? What would be interesting is if there was a playthrough where somebody made all of the women that secret class. That would be really tough because they would all have to go through several classes to get there, more than everybody else. But if you could pull that off, I wonder how that would work out in the end game. Because they get quite a bit of attack in that class. They're not able to control troops at all, of any kind. So they have to rely on themselves. But they have very high attack and very respectable defense and excellent magic abilities. That might be something that I experiment with off screen on my own. In fact, I just recently found out that there was I guess it's a bit of a ROM hack for this game, believe it or not, and it's called Neo Warsong, and I've had it for probably a month now, but I haven't looked into it yet. It's just kind of sitting there because I've had so much other stuff to do, YouTube and non-YouTube related. So at some point I'm going to take a look at that, and provided it's not too redundant, I might have a quick video just showing what that's all about for those of you who also might not have been aware of it. And you know what I might even do now that I'm thinking about it? Because I'm not going to wait for somebody else to do it. This game sadly has not gotten enough love up to this point, but part of the purpose of me doing these videos, hoping that that can change. I'd like to pitch in and help with that. But maybe I'll just upload a video at some point down the road if I ever get around to playing this game again, and I'm sure I will because I love it so much. Maybe if I do a playthrough again, I will hit level 10 with Albert. Way to go. So guess we're gonna make him, guys. Can't we use another lord? Yes? No? Well, we could, but I'm thinking knight. Gonna switch things up a bit. He seems like a very valiant, chivalrous type. Very dashing and noble. We will make him a knight. It's suiting. And now that Narm is on her way to her next promotion, we're gonna need a knight. So he'll fit the bill quite nicely, I think. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is upload a video or two of me playing the game with all the women as that secret class, if I can even manage that, if it's possible. So I won't do probably a whole playthrough since I've got this and the walkthrough already up, but I'll probably just do some videos showing a battle or two, just to show that off to those who might be interested. So something else to look forward to, maybe. Sigh, sigh. I'm just so looking forward. You have no idea. I'm just sitting here just bubbling in my seat. I'm so looking forward to showing off Langrisser 2. I'm really quite taken with that game. I think if it had come out in the US around that time frame in the 90s, I think in this present day would be my favorite RPG or strategy RPG for sure from that 16-bit era. But because it didn't, and I was more exposed to Shining Force, I tend to think of Shining Force 3 in particular is my favorite in the series, followed by the original Shining Force, and then Shining Force 2. But honestly, if I'd had a chance to experience the Langrisser series and Warsong back then, well, I guess technically I did have a chance with Warsong because it was released here, but I had no idea it existed, sadly, like many people out there, I'm sure. But if I'd had a chance to play that in Langrisser 2, no doubt I probably would be calling those my favorite to this day, because I like challenging games as long as they're not overwhelmingly unfairly challenging. If it's reasonable but it requires you to think about what you're doing, I like that. And as much as I love the Shining Force games, you know, I'm just being honest, they're kind of easy, to me at least. Well, Shining Force 3 in particular. But the thing that makes them so easy is, even in difficult battles or dealing with difficult enemies, you can always egress from battle, which basically means you can just power level to your heart's content. When people die, what's the penalty? You have to go to a church and pay a couple hundred gold to revive them. Ooh, big loss. Sure, you lose some of your gold too, half your gold, but I mean, that's it. In this game, if you lose somebody, you lose them. And even in Langrisser 2, there's no permadeath in that one. In fact, I think this is the only Langrisser game with permadeath. But even in the ones where there's not, having a commander gone for the rest of a fight and losing, that is, missing out on all that experience they could have gotten, it makes a phenomenal impact on them later on. But again, Shining Force, just egress to your heart's content. Keep redoing the battle. What, you lose a character you could have recruited in the middle of the battle? That's okay. Just return from the fight, come back, and they'll be back safe and sound like nothing happened. So it's basically just time traveling. You're going back into the past while retaining memories from what was your present and taking that into the future. So basically, Shining Force to me is a casual strategy RPG series. It's something to just kind of kick back, relax, have fun, but it's nothing too strenuous. And I like that about it, and that's why I enjoy it. But let's not get it twisted. If you want some real tactical heartache and headache, well, here we go. That's just my 2 cents on it, though. Feel free to form your own opinions. It's one of the many gifts of life, and that's why I love living it. Thank you for living it with me. Different opinions spice things up. I would hate to live in a world where everybody thought the same and acted the same and felt the same. I mean, we might as well be robots at that point, right? Right. And back to the Kraken and the Leviathans and the teeth and the death and the explosions. Oh no. And who is next in line? Those guardmen, sadly. And on this end, we should fare a lot better. Hoping. Now see, her soldiers are getting a generous attack boost from her. It's one of the many benefits of the magic using classes. They might lack in the defense department, but they tend to have good attack, and that extends to their men as well, so cheers. Down to 1 for you. Unfortunately, dealing with the Krakens themselves is going to prove to be much more demanding affair, but we'll get to that when we do. These guys still waiting in the water. One step at a time. And we'll try to finish up the sea monsters before they completely cross over, giving us enough time to replant ourselves. But Albert is promoted. Everybody has finally been promoted at least 1 step, so that's good. Oh, except for Mr. T. So he's next in line. And this is how we planned it, because again, he is very easy to get to his next class. So not too pressed about it. Jessica, you're safe now. They're well from the water, and I was about to save, you didn't finish them off. But that's okay. I mean, if you didn't, you didn't, but I'm glad you did. That's why we gave you backup in the form of these guys. And believe it or not, I'm still enjoying this music. You're probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but it's just so good. So apologies, I won't shut up about it. It's just so catchy. And I really can't think of another game with a soundtrack that really reminds me of this. Now, same composer has worked on other stuff, but outside of the same level of enthusiasm and exuberance I hear in the composition, just the sound you know, the texture of the synthesized instruments it's very unique. I really, I can't shut up about it. It's real good. Good stuff. I love it. You have no idea how difficult it is to play this and not sing along or hum along or anything like that. So if on occasion I do, well, I just lost the fight. The battle never ends. Not until we get that sword back. Taylor, what are we gonna do with you? He's sitting on 8th. So he's not gonna kill any of my generals outright, at least. But I don't want to move Thorn just yet. I did kind of want to have him deal with Lance, but I guess there's no real rush for that because these guys would intercept us before we even made it, so there's no denying their presence. Definitely get you out the way. You can't do anything at 3. And for now, it's safe to move people on the edge of the shore, because it's still going to take those troops several turns. Look at Thorn. Oh, it's a beautiful thing indeed. He's come a long way. Now, Taylor, would you like to level? Yes, you would. Here you go. Have at it. So, no surprises here. You all know by now, I'm sure, we're making him a Serpent Knight. Now, again, just as a reminder, if you're playing this on your own for the first time, in the long run, I don't want to lead you astray. It's probably more sound tactically to make him a knight. In the end of the game, the last few battles, and by few I mean probably at least 5 or 6, there's absolutely no water whatsoever in them. So he can't really capitalize on his special abilities. That having been said, a Serpent Knight is still no slouch, especially in the attack department. So we're going to be okay. I just prefer Serpent Knight, and for the sake of mixing things up from my walkthrough, this is the route we decided to go. And we're gonna have a lot of fun for the next few battles with him like that, at least, before he starts to lag behind a bit. It'll be alright. We've got plenty of juice under our boots. Have to take care with Chris and Narm here. The sea monsters are hurting, but they still are strong enough to put a world of hurt on us if we're careless. So let's not be arrogant. Something you want to avoid in life in general as much as you can. Nothing good tends to come from it. Confidence, yes, that's good. Arrogance, overestimation of one's abilities in a given situation, not so beneficial. Learn to discern the two and you will go far in life. Okay, he's going back to recover some health. No surprise. Ooh, but okay, we got one left. I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be complete annihilation. Ooh, this is getting grisly. Even in a weakened state, they are doing tons of damage. This side's faring a bit better. They're stronger, but still not perfect by any stretch. Hey guys, anytime now. Maybe you want to invest in some jet skis. In the meantime, I think we're about done for this episode. I'm looking at the time. We'll let them finish out their turn. And in the next episode, let's see if we can't do something about the sea creatures. Huh?